mission is to engage and inform the world by promoting Kentucky people, places, and products and kick ass for the Commonwealth. In 2012, Kentucky for Kentucky decided to rebrand its image and focus on the question, how would you describe Kentucky? The company wanted to create pride throughout the state and also attract tourism at the same time by showing everything the state has to offer through merchandise, home goods, and other products. More people both in and out of state will be attracted.
In the workplace, professional retail analysis hired consulting firms to conduct research. Throughout this project, we will go and see firsthand how this process works. We got to practice and apply these steps to better understand the consumer behavior concepts. Conducting this research gave us a better idea of what to expect in the real world, giving us hands-on experience with retail anthropology.
On a Tennessee Saturday night, couldn't feel better, I'm together with my Dixieland light. Spend my dollar, park in a holler, neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turning oven on a Mason-Dixon night. This my life, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. Tail buck deer, munching on clover, red-tailed hawk sitting on the limb, chubby old groundhog, croaking bullfrog, free as a field.
Okay, so when I first got to the store, the outside is a little rough looking and scary, so it might be kind of a turnoff for customers. There is a nice mural here of, we don't know who, we might guess Scarface, but we're not quite sure. But the outside doesn't look too inviting, but then right when you walk in, they designed the store to kind of have it more of a homey feel. It's kind of like the bare minimum on the walls and everything, so you feel more comfortable. The music is nice, it's noticeable. If it goes off, you'll definitely notice it not being there. There's couches and chairs everywhere, so you feel comfortable and welcome to sit and spend more time in the store. So when you walk in the store, the lighting's kind of dim to go along with the rustic, homey feel, so you feel more comfortable and you're more able to relax and you don't feel as under pressure with the bright lights and everything like that. So I think they did a good job with the lighting and the music and everything like that to go for the more homey feel and make everybody feel more comfortable in the store. So it's about 2 p.m. on a Wednesday right now, so there weren't many people in the store other than us and the workers there. There wasn't much involvement going on between us at all. They did greet us when we walked in, but other than that, they went back to their desk and were working on orders, working on t-shirts and things like that. Maybe when it is busier, there's more involvement, but right now there weren't many people in the store, so it's hard to gauge the involvement like in general.
So the location of these stores, 720 Bryan Avenue, is kind of tucked away off of a side street. The way the GPS takes you, it has you go off of the street, then go across some train tracks, and it's just kind of hard to see. And then the location is at this warehouse next to like some beaten down buildings that appear to just like not be like happening or anything like that. And so it's just kind of a weird feel. There's very limited parking, so again, there's like not very many people in the store. It's just kind of a really awkward location. Yeah. The transition zones in the store are the doors wide open, so there's no need to like mess with it when you walk in the store. And then right when you walk in the store, someone is there to greet you, ask you how you're doing, if you need any help or anything like that. And then right again, when you walk in the store, there's discounted shirts and stuff like that all around you, just to like bring it to your attention.
Okay, so for other issues in the store, when we walked in, like they said before, it's kind of a more rustic, homey vibe, which is nice, but the store location is kind of in a not as nice part of town, so it was a little off when we first walked in. We even thought that opening up a location in the Summit might be a great idea, which is what they did. So we kind of got more of the Summit vibes from their merchandise than this location in general, just because of the pricing is kind of high and it's nice quality, which doesn't really match with where it is in part of town. So for the checkout, our group member Joey bought a shirt and some stickers, and the checkout process, there's only one register, and it's one of the newer updated tablets, so you just swipe your card, touchscreen, really easy. There was no line because there was not many people in the store at the time, but it was a really easy process, up to date, no problems. So for our recommendations, we really got a more warehouse vibe from this store, and we know they did open up a new location in the Summit. So our advice is to just go ahead and turn this store into a full-on warehouse so customers don't get a mixed vibe about like their products and location, how it doesn't really match up, and just go strictly to like more luxury Summit location instead. So we think they're on the right path here, and if they could just do the full transition to the Summit, that it would make their customers a lot happier and really like complete their brand image.
Hey everyone, so I worked on traffic flow and crowding, and so when I went to the store, I observed for an hour on a Tuesday afternoon, so it wasn't very crowded. I actually noticed a lot of other people from groups in our class, and so for traffic flow, when people first walk into the store, they congregate more in the middle section, and since there's no aisles, they're going to walk around in more of a circular motion, so you go to the middle and then you decide if you want to go towards clothes or towards the home goods, and so you kind of walk around at your own pace, and you can switch from one side of the store to the other pretty quickly because of the size of the location. And that's it. Thanks.
So as far as shopper demographics go, it's actually pretty interesting. The store has like a really young millennial feel, like it was tailored for hipsters in the area. As a matter of fact, all the people working there were actually of that age, of the young millennial age group. But I noticed that a lot of the people going into the store were actually older individuals that were drawn to it by the antiques and the old-timey vintage feel of the store. So it was a very interesting mix inside the store as far as people that were shopping or just looking around buying or just interested in anything the store had to offer. Okay, so the signage and cues were another very interesting part of the store. While they lacked traditional signage that directed people where to go, one thing I picked up on was they had a lot of items in the store that weren't necessarily for sale. For example, an old Chevy truck, a very large canoe hanging from the ceiling. And I think these items were meant to attract people to different parts of the store. What I noticed is that a lot of people would walk around and look at several of these items, and it would draw them to different parts of the store where different products were placed. So I thought that was a very interesting technique to use to get people up and about and moving around the store.
The location of this store is online. This changes the experience for shoppers because they can get to the store from anywhere at any time. The retail experience begins as soon as the website loads, welcoming them with bright colors, images, and print that reflect the brand image. As for the transition zones, right as you click on the website, there's a slideshow of pictures from around Kentucky, as well as the Shop Now option with pictures of some of the products. This is in the center of the website and is where your eye is drawn immediately. After that, your eye is drawn to discounts and then categories for other gear.
For shopper demographics, we suspect that the online store is attracting all kinds of customers, both in-state and out-of-state. The target market will be about college-age students to adults, and anything not available in the store will be found on this website. As far as signage and cues, once you go onto the website, you're drawn to picking two options. You either click the Explore tab and or Shop tab, and they both and the website categorizes everything into 6 different sections. And so I believe the signage of the store of the online store is efficient and clear to everyone.
There is a mix of high and low involvement in the store. Some products such as stickers, t-shirts, socks, and other stuff are inexpensive and have little or no risk. There are also items with higher involvement such as various art pieces that are more expensive compared to the other things in the store. The website gives off a very inviting vibe to make the customers feel more comfortable while shopping. The website is easy to use, so making a purchase is a very simple process.
As far as checkout was concerned, it was relatively simple and easy. The only real inconvenience was that there wasn't an option to directly check out or continue shopping after putting an item in your cart. So after placing an item in your cart, users get redirected back to the shopping screen and must click on the cart icon to check out, which is a slight inconvenience that eats up time. Payment entry was clean and simple, even having an option to pay via PayPal for users like myself that have accounts. And the website even has an option to use coupons and gift cards as payment methods as well. Other issues, there were really no complaints about the structure of the website. It was very easy to navigate and find what you're looking for, whether it's frequently asked questions, information about the company, or their wide selection of apparel. The website is surprisingly sophisticated for being such a small, unknown store. It has an excellent setup with no noticeable issues or problems.
The only suggestion that we have for the online website is to keep it very up to date. The only problem that we saw was that there were dates that went back a few months and years relating to new products that could be confusing for the customer shopping online.